According to Vibeology, with men, a similar change in name can take place, except it's the first name and generally this change occurs fairly early in life. In many cultures, a boy will answer to the name given to him until sometime between his 13th and 16th years, when he will undergo a rite of passage which marks his transformation from a boy to a man. At this time, he will either select a new name for himself, or his people will select a new name for him, and he will use this new name from then on. In America, this tradition holds true except in a much more subtle and informal manner. Little James may be given the nickname Jimmy, or William may become Billy. This is often done in order to make it easier to distinguish a younger family member from an elder family member with the same name. It is also done to some extent to girls, where a Susan can become known as Sue or Jessica as Jessie, for example. Another informal change of name that is universally recognized is the use of the middle name to replace the first name. This often happens when a mother or father shares the same first name as one of their children. When this happens, often the child will be addressed by their second name in order to avoid confusion. Other than this, most often the second name will remain unused and become shortened to just an initial. However, when the child reaches the age of free will, they can decide for themselves if their second name will from that point on be used as their primary. If the second name is selected as the primary, then again the 7-year rule will apply for the transition to be complete. If, however, both names are favored with circumstance left to dictate which name is used, the person in question may find some difficulties adapting early in life and may find life to be unsettling until later in life when circumstances again facilitate the use of one name over the other.
Another form of name change that can lend towards vibrational confusion are those who have names that can be shortened into what we term as nicknames. The first name can be shortened into a nickname, where Leon becomes Lee, or Rebecca becomes Becky, for example. Such changes also have a much broader implication regarding the overall effects they can have on a person's life, depending greatly on how and when these names are used. These are also topics which will be covered in my next book. Visit www.vibeologyvibes.com for more videos, blog, and free downloads.